I'm well aware that this is an old episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Yet, Joe Rogan's guest has shown a level of ignorance I just couldn't help myself. Buckle up. Hey noble ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking. Today I would like to talk about something I've seen and heard on Joe Rogan Experience. Now given, I've sort of provided commentary in several episodes of Joe Rogan Experience, and sometimes some of his guests haven't been the best, and other times they were great. But Tommy Chong wins the cake. He says, gun owners aren't very intelligent. Now, I would like to know why he says that. Let's see how he defends this logically. So normally I try to let people speak a little longer, but this is a Joe Rogan Experience and I would like to not get copy claimed, so I'm going to have to interrupt him a little more often than usual. I apologize profusely if that annoys you.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
It's perceived enemies. Anybody with a gun. That's the whole thing. You know, if you have a gun, you're not very intelligent.
Why's that?
Because you're paranoid.
Wait a minute. If you have a gun, you're not intelligent because you're paranoid?
All right, let's get started. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Let me do a mini comeback to that. Guys, if you wear a seatbelt when you drive, you're not very intelligent because you're paranoid. Not starting strong.
Having a gun means that you're afraid that someone's going to come and attack you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, such a paranoid thing. It's just happening every 70 hours. Unbelievable.
You know.
Right.
And so that having a gun is like they want to arm teachers, for instance.
That seems kind of crazy.
That is so stupid.
You said crazy. He said stupid. I don't know, man. With what's happening in the schools, or if you don't want to go that route, then you got to put some armed security in these schools. How about that one?
It is so dumb.
Right.
Yeah, it's so dumb, the idea to be able to stop a mass shooter before he claims more victims, which is exactly what law enforcement does. Like the shooter that just went to the Mormon church, they were there in 27 seconds and ended his life 8 minutes after he started shooting. If they hadn't done that, he would have continued to shoot, yet they neutralized. That's what it's called. It's called neutralizing the threat, and to do it, you need firearms.
No. And just like the ones that know about guns, like the cops that didn't go into the school, they knew the guy's got a AK. They're not going to go into that school with their little
AK-47, is that what he's talking about, or was it an AR?
Pistols. And so they didn't go into the school. And the ones that rushed the guy, they ended up dying.
Right, so, my gosh, the lack of logics, it's unbelievable. Let me get this straight. So you're saying that if you only have a pistol, if you only have a gun, handgun I guess he means because they're all guns, but whatever. You have a handgun, but the mass shooter has an AK or a whatever, automatic or semi-automatic rifle, whatever you're trying to say. It's stupid because you can't take him down because he's got a bigger gun than you. Apart from the fact that, I mean, there is also your aiming skill. So there is that. And you're a really good shot and you can do double tap center of mass, or at this point, mag dump center of mass. But regardless of that, whatever. What he's saying is moronic on multiple levels, because one, it makes it sound like, oh, okay, so you're saying that if I only have a handgun, then I can't take someone with an AK, which means, so you want me to have a bigger gun? It's like, that's what it sounds like. But of course, I know that's not what he means. So let's instead deconstruct what he's trying to say. What he's trying to say is, well, even if you have a gun for personal protection, the mass shooter is a bigger gun, and so it's pointless. Okay, but at least you have a shot, because if you don't have any weapon, what are you going to do? Karate chop him to death? At that point, you're just a target, and probably 40 of you will go down. But if there are 3, 4, 5 who do have a gun, and they all shoot at the shooter, yeah, maybe 1 will still go down, 2 will still go down, but then the shooter is dead, which prevents him from doing... Do you see how this is so... Like at this point, I'm not even discussing Second Amendment rights. I'm not even discussing whether you're pro-gun, against gun, you want more control. Like this is all beyond... We're just looking at I'm just testing the inner logics of his argument. And the logics break down.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is that if you have a gun, and if you think you need a gun for your house, for whatever, if you think you have something that's worth someone else's life, then you are ignorant.
Oh my gosh, this is getting worse. Okay, what's his name again? Tommy? Tom. I do have something that is worth taking someone else's life, meaning the assailant, the invader. It's called My Family. This is not about someone is trying to get my Amiga 500 copy original of Flashback. If you have a little daughter and a beautiful wife and a gorgeous son, and someone is, and then again, home invasions are very rare, I'd like to point out, and usually they happen when people are on a holiday, if you look at the actual statistics, but they do still happen. And when they do happen, they tend to be deadly. There was one about this group of teenagers that entered the house because unfortunately they left the back door unlocked. Please do the rounds before you go to sleep. And so they went in, the alarm was not on, and then they left the bedroom door open. And so they entered with an axe and they cut to pieces the mum and wounded the little child. She could have the gun, that they had an axe, she could have lived. Are you telling me that protecting and saving my loved ones, if you have a little daughter and a son, they're not worth, no, I'm going to have to let an assailant enter my home and say, well, I don't want to take their lives, so please do whatever you want with my children and family. You're out of your mind.
I don't necessarily think that's what they think. They don't think that the gun is worth someone else's life. They think they don't want to get their life taken by a home invasion,
Yeah.
which does happen.
Did you see that video of the guy that had a raccoon on his boat?
So how can you know when you play video games like Mass Effect, for instance, and then after you give the wrong answer, your relationship status with the interlocutor goes down, like -20 is written in red, and then it gets, this is what's happening with me, with this guy, -100 every sentence. Joe just gave him an excellent response, counter argument, if you will, and he just flipped and changed the topic. Why? Well, because he didn't have, it was a good point, and his logics are faulty, and so he couldn't defend his argument. Not only that's a cowardly thing to do, but also it's disrespectful towards the host. I would never do that. Doesn't matter that there is Joe Rogan, by the way, with millions and millions of subscribers. If anyone invites me and they have 1,000 subscribers, but they are the host and they ask me a question, I will dignify them with either answering the question, or if it's a topic that I don't feel comfortable with, I will say it. I'll say, look, I appreciate that, but this is a line of questioning that I don't feel comfortable talking about. But I would never do this because it's highly disrespectful. How this man can do it on a place such as Joe Rogan, and I don't know if Joe Rogan pays his guests. I actually don't know. I imagine. So is he? If he's also been, not that he needs it, he's rich, and that's another point. All of this thing he's saying about how stupid you are because you want to defend your family in the event of a home invasion, he says while he lives in a multi-million villa in California, does he? Easy to say. What about people that live in the freaking ghettos? What about those? Unbelievable. Man, it makes my blood boil.
No. He had a raccoon on his boat?
Yeah. He saw
a pet raccoon?
No,
Oh.
It was a wild raccoon, and he filmed it. And he's 20 miles out in the sea, and he sees this raccoon, and so he filmed himself kicking the raccoon off the boat.
Into the ocean?
Into the ocean.
Aww.
He filmed it. And then he posted it because he had no idea how ignorant that was. He had no idea.
What was the raccoon
So that was the connection. Stand the ground, castle doctrine.
dangerous? Was it trying to bite? Raccoon will fuck you up. They will fuck you
Oh,
up.
sure. But like the wildlife guys said, just get a blanket, throw it over, and put him in the bathroom until you get close to shore, and then kick him off.
Yeah.
But this guy right away he freaked out, and he's like, "This is my boat. Get off my boat.
Terrible way
Get
for
off
a
my
raccoon
boat."
to die too.
Well, see, that's a form of ignorance that I'm talking about.
It's also just fear.
It's fear.
Yeah.
That's what fear is. Fear is ignorance.
Right, but if someone has a gun in their house to protect themselves from home invasions do happen.
Yeah.
And people have saved their family with guns.
Yes.
That's a real thing.
Well, you don't read about that much.
Oh, you read about it plenty if you go look.
You don't read it because you already have a preconceived idea. Therefore, you're not interested in what the data actually says. So never mind doing a comprehensive analysis on data reports. I mean, at this point, if you think it's boring, watch true crime. How about that? There is a Ewu, Explore With Us. There's plenty of those. Go check them out.
Looking for it.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, there's
Someone
plenty of
come in the
stories.
house, yeah.
If you look at the overall, they have like a pie chart of gun violence in this country, and an unfortunately large number is suicides. When they start talking about how many people have died,
Well, yeah.
unfortunately large number is suicide by gun, and I feel like if people are going to kill themselves with a gun, they're themselves with pills or anything else
Sure.
if they had that as
Of
well,
course.
right? And then there's justifiable homicides, but they had that as well, right? And then there's justifiable homicides by the police. There's people that are protecting their house. There's a bunch of different. There's gang violence. There's a bunch of different things that get lumped in when we talk about gun violence. But a certain percentage of them are people that are protecting their house or their family from someone who's trying to hurt them.
Yeah,
It does happen occasionally.
I'm in business with a ex pilot from Vietnam, and I'm quite sure he has a sidearm in his house.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be useless because it's so locked away and so hidden by the time anything happened. But
Oh yeah, oh, finally a good point. Yeah, if you have a firearm for personal protection, it needs to be loaded at all times. It needs to be loaded. People that say no, unload it, keep the magazine out, that's nonsense. A firearm needs to be loaded, and then it shouldn't be locked up. It should be, if you have children, it should absolutely be outside the reach of those children, like absolutely outside the reach of those children. This is not even questionable. But no, you shouldn't lock it up. It should be in a position where you, as the adult, can reach it as quickly as possible in the event of an invasion. So maybe near where you sleep.
the time he got to that gun and got it loaded and found the ammunition and everything else.
No, that's not like, why do people who know nothing? I know this, and I'm an Italian. I know this. This pointless to anyone who this is like basic. This is like never point a firearm to yourself basic. This is trigger discipline basic. This is keep it well maintained basic. Oh my gosh, why do people... And he talks about ignorance. He's calling other people ignorant. And he says this about firearms for personal protection inside the household. Apparently by someone who is a professional in the military. This friend, right? So he thinks that a professional keeps a firearm unloaded and locked up.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe he could keep it right by his bed.
No,
And then
but
if
I'm
someone
saying
broke into his house, that
in,
wouldn't
in
be the
this
case.
in this one instance.
Mm-hmm.
And then what if it's your daughter or something coming in late at night and you mistake her for?
Well, you open your
the
mouth
children.
and you say something.
Yeah.
You know, just go
Possibly.
shooting into the
Possibly.
dark.
Or what if you have homicide?
Your daughter is not going to break the window and trigger the alarm system.
Homicidal,
You know, just go
possibly.
shooting into the dark.
Or what if you have homicidal tendencies and you've been wanting... See, one thing I learned about guns, because I grew up with guns too. I grew up in the country. And
Where'd you grow up?
In Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. You're Canadian.
Yeah.
That explains it. Okay. And now I understand what this is all about. Fantastic. Okay. Everything explained. Now we know. Look at that face. Look at that grin. See that? That's an American right there. This is an American, ladies and gentlemen. And you know exactly what he's thinking, because I know it. Because I'm married to an American. I know it. That explains everything. Okay, thank you. What's next? To shoot them in the leg? Is that the next thing he's going to say? This is the next thing he's going to say, isn't it?
Crazy.
And so guns
Yeah.
were...
Did you ever think about moving back up there?
Oh no, I lived up there.
Oh, no.
I lived up
Oh,
there. No, LA is where you want to be.
LA,
But
yeah.
I
Where you want to be. Talk about yourself.
grew up with guns where you actually needed a gun.
Right.
You know, like especially when the hawks are coming down to get your chickens, or you know.
Oh, yeah. So
some-
no, this is beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful. So if the hawks are coming down to get your chicken, you defend those chicken. You stand the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. But if someone comes into your house because they want to grape your 10-year-old daughter and murder your wife in front of you, what are you talking about? Is there something in your house that is more worthwhile than the assailant's life? You need a pistol. No, you don't. But for the chicken, don't you fuck with my chicken. Don't you fuck with my chicken. He's going to declare war, nuclear war, if they mess with his chicken.
stuff like that. But I seen the gun culture in Calgary, and it turned me off because I seen kids. They would take a stray dog and bring them up to the field and tie them to a tree or something, or a post, and then shoot them.
Oh, jeez.
And that's disgusting. Problem is, in the brains of those, is it kids? He said kids, I don't know. I guess kids could be in the 20s in comparison. But if someone does that, they will do the same with a knife. They will do the same with a machete. They will do the same. They will do the same kind of torture. It's not the gun in that case. It's the mind of these individuals because they have no respect for life. It's disgusting. I mean, to me, I love my dogs. My dogs are my children, and they are so innocent. They are gorgeous, gorgeous creatures. And something like that is objectively morally wrong, regardless of what type of morality or base, like at a psychological and philosophical level or base of your morality you have. I think we can all recognize, no, that's wrong. And but that doesn't have to do with gun culture. That has to do with these people were sick in the head.
Shoot them. That is sport. And they couldn't, because here's the thing about guns. I went duck hunting with my brother one time, and in the field, and he got bored waiting for the ducks to come, and so here comes what do you call it?
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Duck hunt, guys.
It's your wrist.
It's out there
It's your
somewhere.
wrist.
Together with Super Mario 1, it was a fantastic bundle, and I do understand that game pissed me off, particularly when the dog would laugh at me.
Wrist is ringing.
He turned it off.
Oh.
No, we went duck hunting, and we're waiting there for hours for the ducks to come over. And my brother, he got bored, and there's a muskrat swimming across the thing, so he shot it with a shotgun. And he walks out into the middle of the slough, picks up the muskrat as the ducks flew over top of us. Just stupidity, man.
Well, that's definitely stupid. But there's
Sure, it is stupid. But then we enter the discussion of hunting. Now, I don't hunt. My father-in-law is a really good hunter. And, but I mean, I don't feel like I'm in a position, even though I don't hunt, because I don't like the deer. When I look at a deer, it looks cute to me. With that being said, I would be a hypocrite if I told my father-in-law, for instance, or what you're doing is immoral, because I just ordered a McDonald's burger. No, it was Burger King, I think it was. So, I mean, there's that.
responsible gun owners, don't you think?
Stupidity, man.
Well, that's definitely stupid. But there's responsible gun owners,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Well, as they are, like I was in Army Cadets, and when we had practice, I'm a sharpshooter, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
I don't believe it for a second.
some what do you call it, patches, sharpshooter, 300 yards. So I know how to handle a rifle anyway. But when we go shooting, we would have to, first of all, we never got the weapon, and until we marched down into firing position, then we were handed the weapon and one bullet. And then we put the bullet in, shoot the target, had another bullet, shoot the target. And then when we were finished, we had to pick up all our casings and give them back. And if anything was missing, no one left until they found that missing bullet. And that's
Whatever.
gun safety.
Yeah.
Then the gun was taken from us and put it in an armory.
That sounds like Canada, yeah. So when it comes to gun safety, what does that have to do with a weapon that is, what is it, bolt action? With a weapon that you're going to put one by one? Okay, I don't understand that. So what are you saying? What's the connection? What's the logical connection? I'm really struggling here with these logics. So let me get this straight. So gun safety to you is that I have a semi-automatic with a 15-round magazine plus one in the chamber. What am I supposed to do? Just put the one in the chamber and then the rest needs to be empty, and then I need to open it every time and put it in, right, with a little spring, and then put it back round in the chamber, shoot, then open it, put it back. Oh, I swear. I don't know, guys. This is comedy. This is comedy gold.
It's only used when you're going to use it, It's just like walking around with a skill saw, You can have a license to carry a skill saw, but you don't have a skill saw strapped to your side. You can take out and try your skill saw anytime you want.
It is, the open carry thing is very strange. When you see people walking around with guns strapped to their hips in Arizona, you're like, okay.
They're targets.
Well,
Once you do that,
yeah.
you're a target.
In a way, yeah.
It's like the bikers. Like bikers, the Hells Angels and the Mongols and that, they're the only crime and syndicate I know that advertise.
Yeah.
On their back. Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm a thug. I extort. I do.
I understand. So this person, he got rich and famous. One thing that I'm noticing is that this person thinks everyone is stupid but themselves. This is, and again, we got someone who's rich and famous. I get it. It's the problem with the rich oftentimes. But look at how even his body language, look how he's pointing at himself. And I know it's because he's doing the posturing. Then now look at these people, they're so stupid. But so far, that's all he's been doing. He's the smart one, he's the intelligent, and everyone else is stupid and ignorant. And yet he's just displayed his ignorance for the world to see.
Also, I beat up people, I kill people. Here, and I ride on a big hog, I mean, it's crazy. But people do that for recognition.
Yeah.
See, that's like mass shooters. That's what they do it for. Get their name in the paper.
Yeah, so he has solved all mass shooter cases in the history because, of course, he's smarter than investigative detectives and full-on bureaus and report everything. He just knows it. That's why. Yeah, some mass shooters do it for that, but it's not oh my God.
Look what I did. Look at useless old me. I'm not so useless.
What's the craziest thing about mass shooters is it's not a thing. I mean, guns have been around for a long time, but this is not a thing that's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
This is a fairly recent thing that
Yeah.
keeps erupting over and over and over again.
I don't know. You were too young to remember, but when I was a kid, the crime comics were banned.
You're a band?
They were banned because they were bad. They showed violence. They
Comic
showed
books.
Comic books.
Wow.
And they were people up in arms about comic books. And now you got video games where you got to be a mass killer.
Well, how about movies?
That's where he's going. That's where he's going now. Video games. He says, how about movies? Yeah, exactly. So like usually the people that say, oh, violent video games are really bad. And don't get me wrong. I wouldn't give a GTA to a 12-year-old, okay? Right. But still, they have a problem with video games like Call of freaking Duty. But then they watch Rambo.
Movies, I mean, so many movies.
Movies.
John Wick movies. Just everybody's getting shot.
Everybody.
Yeah. People love it.
One of my favorites is Peppermint with
Peppermint? What's that?
Jennifer Gardner. Have you seen? You haven't seen that? Oh,
What
check
is
it out. She's a superhero.
Oh.
Or
Her name
like-
is Peppermint?
The name of the movie is Peppermint.
Have you heard of this, Jamie? You have? I'm out of the loop.
Like in the last 8 months or something.
Really?
Like that. Not that long ago. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's great.
Really?
I watched it about 3 times now, and the
What?
Yeah.
Why have you watched it so many times?
Oh, I think Jennifer Gardner.
I wonder if his opinions got him recognition and acceptance within these circles in Hollywood, considering the fact that he lives in California. Because I'm sure they love hearing all the nonsense that he's been spewing. Not that every person in California is like this, by the way. I am aware of that, I know. But I'm saying you will recognize that what he's saying now, even though it's obviously logically inconsistent, we checked the inner logics of his arguments, and it had holes all over the place. This guy hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. But I wonder if he's saying it as a way of virtual signaling. I wonder if he truly believes it, which is very possible, in which case I would say he's the non-intelligent one and ignorant. Or if he's got used to the idea of this is what I need to say because of the circles that I'm trying to frequent in order to garner their acceptance.
It's kind of hot.
Oh, okay.
And to see her with the guns in her. And the third time I realized a lot of it were stunt people.
How can you tell?
Just I've seen it so many times it wasn't Jennifer.
Oh, okay. So you're looking for everything.
Yeah, I'm
You're
looking.
freezing
I was looking
frames.
for that little thing. Yeah. But again, that's the kind of violence that we get shown, and people get immune.
Yes.
And especially people. They get stupid, Like when I was a kid, I saw a picture. My brother died recently, and there's a whole
I am sorry to hear that, of course.
picture, photo thing of him and I when we were kids. And they used to get put under the Christmas tree 6 guns. And when we were little guys, we were 3 or 4 years old. I had 6 guns strapped to myself, because Roy Rogers and Gene Audrey, and that was a big deal.
I guess 6 is a little exaggerated, but then again, I think children have been playing with wooden swords since swords were invented, and before that, I imagine the children in the Mesolithic were playing with fake spears and fake javelins.
You know, you had your 6-gun shooters, but you never shot anybody. You just shot the gun out of their hand, you know.
Yeah, that was the old days. Yeah, right? The good guys always shot people in the hand. They shot the gun away from them.
Oh yeah, he did say it. He did go into it, shoot them in the hand. Yeah, good luck doing that under pressure in a situation where there is an invader in your house and you have a few seconds. You don't know if he has a firearm and what you're gonna do. And most of us are not trained for the psychological task as well. It's not like we are all freaking agents, right? Or military personnel. So under that situation, you're going to try and hit the hand, a moving target that is small, possibly with dim lights. I mean, it's not what he said, but come on, guys. After all the things, and now he says this, give me this one. Usually I try not to strawman my opponents, but I mean, give me this one, please. Because even if he didn't mean it, I have to address it. In a situation where we need to stand the ground to protect your family, it's always center of mass. The only situation in which I would say maybe not is if you know that they have body armor. Maybe you could try your luck with a headshot, I guess, or throat. But in general, I would say center of mass. Shoot the hand, shoot the leg is all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Stay smart. If you're enjoying this video so far, please take a moment to check out my Patreon page. With as little as a $5 support, you can help us ensure that we can continue to produce high quality and high researched content. And at the same time, you get access to polls, extra videos, unlisted streams, and much more. Thank you so much. Proudly presenting the pendant of the Noble One. Look at this beauty. Original custom design created by me in collaboration with Viking Jewelry. And it's my way to celebrate all of you, because as you know, I've been calling you Noble Ones for the last 12 years. Well, this is indeed the pendant of you, the Noble Ones, who are the Custos Veritatis, written here in Latin, and it means keeper of truth, because that's the only thing that matters. The truth, whether it offends them or not. So, available in both silver and bronze. I think my favorite is the bronze one, but they're both great. And this can be bought as a set, as we offer the original ring of the Noble One, available in silver, bronze, and gold, the bracelet of the Noble One, Silent Oath of Truth, and a more low-profile version of the ring for those who prefer something a little thinner, which we offer also in bronze, silver, 14-karat gold, and 18-karat gold. Use the code NOBLE1 for a 15% discount at checkout, and massive thanks to each and every single one of you, and thank you to my haters for supporting my work.